Hi YouTube, this is Carmen at New Me, New Life, and I was watching a video the other day. I think it was Less of Sarah. I really like her videos. I like her grocery hauls. I love all the videos. Everybody has some really good, unique tips sometimes, and I just like watching the journey. Especially like the beginning ones, and then when it goes up towards, and you can just see the differences in people's faces even. And some of the skin flick videos, I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm anxious to do that myself, but I respect that they did it and showed everybody what to expect. And, it's pretty brave, actually, to put it on out there like that. So what I was going to say is, she was talking about her high weight and how did she... Hang on a second. My eyes tear up for some reason. I don't... It's kind of like a new weird thing going on. And how did she get to that weight? And I remember being a teenager and seeing, really obese people and thinking, like, you didn't notice you were getting that fat? Like, how did you get that fat? And yet, here I am, super obese. And it's like, yes, you did notice, but on the other hand, no, you didn't notice. Because in my situation, it seems like I don't have an eating addiction or food addiction or eating disorders or any of that stuff. I had 4 kids back to back to back to back. And it seems like my struggles started then. Then their dad was sick. And so it was work and things with the kids at school. And I wanted their lives to be as normal as possible. So we did Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and swimming lessons and camping. And mixed in with that was a lot of visits to the hospital and doctor's offices. And so we were like in the car all the time. And when you're in the car all the time, it's kind of hard to have mashed potatoes and meatloaf and green beans so you end up eating chicken nuggets, hamburgers, and Coke. And I suppose I could have planned better, but there really were a lot of things going on. And, each year, I'd gain a little more weight, gain a little more weight, gain a little more weight. And he died 10 years ago. 8 years ago, I quit smoking, because that was really something I needed to do for my own health, and because it was a bad example to the kids. And in that time frame also, I got hit by another car, rear-ended me. And I ended up having a lot of back issues that I still deal with today because of that. And, of course, it's exacerbated by my weight, I'm sure. But it's kind of like I was sort of in a coma or something, and then I just woke up one day and I was like, is that me? I'm that fat? Even though you see yourself in the mirror and you see, it's almost like you can put blinders on and just kind of have tunnel vision and just sort of see like this and ignore the rest, I guess. It's really strange, actually, if you kind of think about, if you think about it from a psychological point of view. It's pretty interesting what we can block out and ignore. And so that's basically how I got fat. I would consider a very active job. I work at the post office. I walk 12, 13, 14 miles a day, and pretty much have since I started at the post office, although some days you might do a driving route, which we don't have a lot of those in my office, but so there might have been days when I didn't, but for the most part, I would say I've walked most of my career. Several miles to up to, probably 15. And yet I have a weight problem. Not a huge eater, not a big candy bar person. I don't think I have like, oh God, I gotta eat this thing, and I obsess about food. I don't have those issues. I really feel like most of my issues have been convenience and having a very, very hectic, stressful schedule. And one of the reasons why I'm naming my channel New Me, New Life, because I understand that kind of seems a little bit presumptuous, that you might not necessarily have like a whole brand new life because you're having the surgery, but that's actually not it. My kids are grown as of this year. Everyone is over 18, and because of their choices, they are all on their own now. And so I'm an empty nester, and I would like to change my life around a bit. I can slow down now. I can focus on me now. And so that's what I intend to do. I have thought about doing this surgery for probably the last 7 or 8 years, but there were too many other obstacles going on at that point to be successful, I felt. I had a lot of grief issues I needed to work through, and other issues. So I went to therapy, and the kids went to therapy because their dad died. And I really think that's a key to future success, is to retrain your brain to think in a different way. I'm a pretty big proponent of NLP, and that's neuro-linguistic programming. I really think that works well, and probably at this point, if I needed, I'm not going to say therapy, but something like that, I would probably go to a life coach, so that it have a more narrow focus. And so going forward, though, I have a lot of goals that I'd like to achieve, and slimming down is definitely one of them because I walk so much. My knees hurt, my feet hurt, my back hurts. It's causing other problems. And I'm tired, although I guess pretty much anybody would be after a really long day in the heat or the cold outside. But, I remember in my 20s and 30s, I felt like I had more energy than I do now. That's really what I'm looking forward to in this journey coming up. And so that's it. I will talk to you later.